Everybody, give me a second while I bring in my Twitter feed. Hope everybody is having a good evening. And I hope everybody is excited about the upcoming White House conference on the upcoming White House conference on hunger, nutrition, and health. I want to welcome Dash. Boy, we already got like 40 or 50 folks on TikTok tonight, so that's exciting. And I really want to welcome all of my new YouTube followers. I never expected to have so many followers on YouTube. It's been really exciting. And it does take a little bit of finagling to get everything to work. But I think actually this is the smoothest I've been able to do the multi-platform live stream. So I hope everybody is taking the chance to go and look at my videos, look at some of the questions. It's going to be a pretty exciting conference, I think. It's the first time they've held any conference like this in about 50 years. And let's face it, 50 years ago, the problem of hunger was a much more pressing issue than the problem of obesity, which is what we have now, just a huge epidemic. And so I think that hopefully they're going to have a reasonable amount of focus on the epidemic of obesity as a part of the overall conference. Some of the steps I'd like to see the government take to address these issues. I was out hiking today or Saturday, and I was thinking about public transportation to our public lands and to our national parks, our state parks. I really would like to see much more public transportation from urban and inner city areas to our public spaces in the national parks and the state parks and the national forests. I was on the Pacific Crest Trails, just beautiful, and got a really good workout hiking up 2 or 3 miles, gaining a lot of altitude. So it turned out to be, I think, a pretty good experience for me. And I think that the motivation that comes from doing outdoor things and seeing the benefit of being in shape, being slender. Looking a little glitchy, I think, on TikTok tonight. Welcome, Yarnik. Welcome, Wrinkle. Hope you guys have some questions tonight. I really would love to get some comments. And if you are uncomfortable doing those on my lives, you can always do those on my regular videos that I post on a pretty consistent basis. I've been talking all this week about the 5 pillars of the White House conference. Those are improve food access and affordability, integrate nutrition and health, empower all consumers to make and have access to healthy choices, support physical activity for all, and finally, enhance nutrition and food security research. Now, for me, in the Get Fit and Be Lean program, number 2 and number 4 are really the big ones. Integrate nutrition and health and support physical activity for all. And some of the questions that they've posed. Oh, welcome, Amy Birch. Really good to see you. Some of the questions that they posed. Okay, thoughts on the UN article saying no one works harder than hungry people. Well, I think that hunger is pretty pervasive throughout the world, and in particularly in the third world. I think the type of food insecurity that people experience in Western civilizations and some of the more advanced countries is a little different. And as I've said, my own focus is really more on the obesity problem. All right, but thank you for the question very much. That was from Birdie Calvari on TikTok. And if anybody else has any questions, please feel free to send them through on whatever platform you're catching this on. I really am very excited to. Here we go. Kind of, get on the coattails of the White House in what I've been doing for a couple of years now. And what I've been doing is the Get Fit and Be Lean program. And as my TikTok followers know, this is something I started on January 1st of 2021. And with no equipment, no enrollment, no subscription, no membership, I didn't use any supplements or cleansing teas. I was able to drop 20% of my body weight, lost more than 5 inches off my waist. I lowered my cholesterol by 20 points. I lowered my systolic blood pressure by 20 millimeters of mercury and my resting heart rate by about 30 beats a minute. I did all of this without any medications. And actually, I was able to get off of my reflux heartburn medication. And I believe it's something that anybody can do because the dietary portion is so straightforward. It's really about portion control. I didn't eliminate any huge food groups. I didn't confront any cultures telling them you can't have noodles or rice or tortillas. I didn't give up meat. But what I did was pursue portion control and the 2 veggie goal. That is 2 servings of raw or steamed vegetables at lunch and 2 servings at dinner. And by doing that, I really was able to successfully achieve the majority of my own goals. And really, a lot of that had to do with my activity level. I really wanted to be able to get out, get up in the mountains, do some hiking with my kids who are in their 20s, and they're kind of hard to keep up with now. And the fact is that I went hiking with my son on Saturday, and we really hiked all the way up to the PCT on a really nice trail called Cedar Springs. Was able to get my dog out and get him some activity. When I started the Get Fit and Be Lean program, I got short of breath tying my shoelaces. I mean, I was in terrible shape. And so for me, I think this White House conference on hunger, health, and nutrition comes at a perfect time, right on the heels of the COVID shutdown, when the COVID-15 or the COVID-20 was a really well-known phenomenon. People started really overeating and got much more sedentary in their lifestyles. And I think it's very concerning for the long run. As a physician, it's a ticking time bomb. And so I really would like to see the government kind of shut down this whole healthy at any size, body positivity, fat and fit idea. If your body mass index is over 30, you have 6 times likelihood of developing plantar fasciitis. It's associated with a whole host of different kinds of cancers, and it makes it more difficult to diagnose cancers with the technology that we have. So I really think it's important to recognize the problem, to address the problem, not to demonize the people who are focusing on the problem, but to deal with the problem itself. And I'm not talking about self-hatred. I'm not talking about loathing. You're not going to achieve anything by looking in the mirror and saying, I'm a disgusting fat pig. You need to treat yourself like your own best friend and take small steps. I chose calisthenics as the fitness foundation for the Get Fit and Be Lean program because you can do them anywhere. You don't have to have any equipment, enrollment, subscription, or membership, and you can adjust the difficulty of the individual exercises to your own ability. I started with just push-ups, sit-ups, and jumping jacks, and I struggled to get maybe 5 push-ups, a half a dozen sit-ups, and a dozen jumping jacks. I did them every other day, 3 or 4 days a week, and slowly increased as my strength and stamina increased. And then I started to do them 5 or 6 days a week. And finally, I started adding additional exercises until I was working every major muscle group in the body. I added a brisk walk, and that's how I achieved everything I achieved. There's no secret to it. You can go back to my Get Fit and Be Lean TikTok account, go back to January 1st of 2021. You will see every workout that I did pretty much. I put on video. Almost every meal that I ate, I took a picture of for more than a year. And so I really wanted to kind of piggyback and tie into this White House conference. I hope you guys will take a chance and go up to my profile, check out my videos. And if you have any questions about the program, if you want to know how to incorporate it for yourself, please let me know. And keep an eye out on my Twitter feed. That's where I post the links to the research that really supports my approach. This is a scientific-based program. And if nobody's got any questions, I think we'll probably sign off tonight, but hopefully you'll be looking for additional programs in the future. Thanks so much.